Hi everybody, welcome to This Day in History. This is the Scott Show look at what happened in this day in history. Now I gotta say, before we get started on this journey of learning, that the picture on there is my grandfather. People have been asking a few times, people who apparently don't listen to the show, or didn't listen like the first, 40 of them. It is my grandfather. He taught me everything I ever needed to know about history. He is my hero in life, so that is why the picture is there. He will be on every This Day in History, with the exception of, I think, Valentine's Day, he wasn't, and on my mom's birthday, I had a picture of my mom instead. So, there you go. So we're going to go to This Day in History and give you guys a little idea what's going on. Alright, so we start in 1594, having already been elected to the throne of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in 1587. Sigmund III of the House of Vasa is crowned King of Sweden, having succeeded his father John III of Sweden in 1592. Then we go to 1649, the Second Battle of Guarvapes takes place, effectively ending Dutch colonization efforts in Brazil. In 1674, England and the Netherlands signed the Treaty of Westminster, ending the Third Anglo-Dutch War. The provision of the agreement transfers the Dutch colony of New Amsterdam to England, which is renamed New York. I have no idea where that is. So old, it's 1674. 1726, the Supreme Privy Council is established in Russia. 1807, former Vice President Aaron Burr is arrested for treason in Wakeville, Alabama, and confined to Fort Stoddart. In 1819, British explorer William Smith discovers the South Shetland Islands and claims them in the name of King George III. In 1846, Austin, Texas, the newly formed state of Texas government is officially installed. The Republic of Texas government officially transfers power to the state of Texas following the annexation of Texas from the United States. In 1847, the Donner Party is rescued. This was the first thing that came up on This Day in History from History Channel. In 1859, Daniel Sickles, a congressman in New York, is acquitted on murder and ground to temporary insanity. He's a congressman. Go figure. 1878, Thomas Edison patents the phonograph. 1884, more than 60 tornadoes strike the southern United States, one of the largest tornado outbreaks in U.S. history. In 1915, World War I. We don't get a lot of World War I things here on the Scott Show This Day in History, so we got to take it where we can get it. The first naval attack on the Dardanelles begins with a strong Anglo-French task force of bombs, Ottoman artillery off the coast of Galilee, Alright. 1942, World War II. We do talk a little bit about World War II here. Nearly 250 Japanese warplanes attack the northern Australian city of Darwin, killing 243 people. Also, World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt signs Executive Order 9066, allowing the military to relocate Japanese Americans to internment camps. We kind of forget that as Americans. We had those. 1943, World War II, the Battle of Catherine Pass in Tunisia begins. 1945, the Battle of Hiroshima. More than 30,000 Marines land on the island. 1948, the Conference of Youth and Students in Southeast Asia Fighting for Freedom and Independence convenes in Calcutta. That's a really, really long name. In 1949, Ezra Pound is awarded the first prize in poetry from Yale. Censorship in 1953, Georgia approves the first literature censorship board in the United States. I think now they're just called school boards. 1959, the United Kingdom grants Cyprus independence, which is formally proclaimed in 1960 on August 16th. In 1960, China launches the T-7 rocket. In 1976, Executive Order 9066, which led to the relocation of Japanese Americans in internment camps, is rescinded by Gerald Ford's Proclamation 4417. That only took many years. 1985, William Schroeder becomes the first recipient of an artificial heart to leave the hospital. 2002, NASA Mars Odyssey space probe begins to map the surface of Mars using its thermal emission imaging system. 2006, a methane explosion in a coal mine in Mexico kills 65 miners. And in 2011, the debut expedition of the Beltung shipwreck, containing the largest collection of Tang Dynasty artifacts found in one location, begins in Singapore. And actually, I'll give you this last one. In 2012, 44 people are killed in a prison brawl in Leon, Mexico. So check that out. Alright, so we got some birthdays to give to you guys. It is Copernicus' birthday today. Born 1473. A little older than 19. There you go. Nicholas Copernicus. Polish. Alright, now we go further down the list. We are going to find some very famous peoples. Like John Friedman, U.S. or British ambassador to the United States. Born 1915. Also, we have George Kurtag, who is a composer and academic. He is the oldest person still with us that has a Wikipedia page. So how cool is that? And happy birthday to him, to George. Sam Myers, happy birthday to Sam Myers. Terry Carr. Smokey Robinson, celebrating his birthday today. Still an amazing singer. One of the best. Tim Hunt, it is his birthday today. Jackie Curtis. Peter Hudson's birthday today as well. Amy Tan. It's Amy Tan's birthday today. Socrates, who was a footballer and manager in Brazil. I think he was named after somebody really famous. Christina Kirchner. It's her birthday today. The 52nd president of Argentina. So, very important person in South American politics. And knows the Pope personally. Jeff Daniels. Happy birthday to Jeff Daniels. Felco. Tommy Carrero. Happy birthday to Tommy. Dave Stewart. The baseball player, not the arrhythmic guy. It is Seal's birthday today. It's also Prince Andrew, Duke of York's birthday today. Justine Bateman. And that's awesome. Benicio del Toro, it's his birthday today. Francine Fournier. Francine, the head cheerleader of the franchise Shane Douglas in wrestling. Happy birthday to Francine. I see her on Twitter all the time, so gotta give her a shout out. Haley Duff. Her sister was Lizzie McGuire, and Haley Duff, I think, is in the movie Mean Girls, if I'm correct on that. Alright, and we're going to cover some people who passed away, unfortunately, on this day. As we go down the list, because I just kind of don't set it up that way. We do have Park Shun Soo, who is a director, producer, and screenwriter. Died in 2013, South Korean. Janet Blair passed away on this day. Johnny Paycheck died on this day in history. Grandpa Jones. I always got to find some cool names. And then, of course, on this day in history, we lost Bon Scott, the gentleman behind AC/DC. So, there you go, folks. That is this day in history for today. Join us every single day. We go throughout this day in history every single day. 365 days. We're going to cover them all, and then we'll probably do it all over again because it's so much fun. We'll see you guys here real soon on thescottshow.com. Check us out, like, share, subscribe.